Hello everyone, I'm Chewy Cabra, and welcome to The Test. Don't worry, you didn't forget to study. I'm the one who didn't do their homework, because this series actually just got a new game today. Which works out great, because for my birthday, I was going to play through these as a present to you guys. Also been close to 2 years since I started making videos, so I'm sure I have plenty of things to explain for. So what better way than a nice horror-themed personality test? Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. You will be asked a series of questions and you must answer them honestly. We'll see. Now when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. True. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? Get into the deep questions early. This is why I love this series. I know it has some really nice, thought-provoking questions. The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. That's generally what a test is. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. There's some truth to that, because patterns definitely are a thing. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but do not necessarily know that you know. You know? As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. My bad. This is simply nature. That's an argument in itself, I do believe. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Yeah, it's where I usually end up first. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the question with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. Okay, fair. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We're about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Do you believe everyone should always be treated fairly? Yeah, absolutely. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? Equally, no. There are plenty of circumstances that absolutely not. Would you consider yourself to be an innovator? Innovator? I wouldn't use that word. When I say innovator, I think closer to inventor, kind of really coming up with things. I'm more innovative in problem solving. I wouldn't really... No. Not in that sense. Do you feel as though you're always deserving of someone's time? Always deserving? Absolutely not. Most of the time, I ain't got anything that important, so no. Do you believe that others are always deserving of your time? Yes, I would say others deserve my time. Do they get it? Not necessarily. A lot of nuances in there, but yes, sure they deserve my time. A lot of people deserve a lot of things. That doesn't mean they get them. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? We're not getting into that. Not yet. There's plenty more games in this series and a lot more time to talk about things. And I don't want them to all be 3 hours long, so we'll keep them limited for now. Plus, if you want the deep dark secrets, you'll have to wait till the later ones. Would you be alright with living alone forever? I mean, that's a lot of factors. Long-term, realistically, no. That's fairly basic human nature of need to interact with other people. I don't need a whole lot, but some, obviously, it's kind of just like basic life needs. You always give someone the benefit of the doubt. Honestly, no. Not in today's world where there are so many scams and obvious things. You have to doubt at this point. It's... benefit of the doubt is not always applicable. Most of the time, depending upon the situation, maybe, but Always? No. You dislike the sound of your own voice. If I did, this would be a lot harder. There's plenty of parts that I don't like, but that's mostly an audio problem. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? No. Black just tends to make things look really cool. I do like blue, though. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? Well, if I knew who it was, yeah, sure. Duh. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? I definitely want to see what you would give me as an answer. Are you afraid of spiders? No. Most of them are kind of cute. Granted, I can fully understand why some people are. You play around with microscopes, the world gets terrifying real quick, but if you look at a jumping spider and you don't think it's cute, there's something wrong with you. Just saying. I've seen uglier dogs. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? If you emerge unscathed, then that means you're not experiencing anything involved with doing it. So, does it even matter at that point? Because if you're getting out unscathed, you're not experiencing any heat. The most you're going to get is texture, which I can't say that's something that I would want to go jumping into anyway. Probably not, honestly. I don't see the point. Would you consider yourself to be fat? No, but you don't want me sitting on you either. I'm 6'2", I'm a large man. Would you say you have lots of charisma? Ha! I am not a social butterfly. Ironic, I know. I don't really get it either, but hey, here we are. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? Listen, I've plowed the driveway twice within the past month. I'm good. Thanks. This is all very interesting. Yeah, you got juicier, I know you do. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when put together, spell the name Satan? Cool. That's not a pattern that normal people would pay attention to. No, obviously I did not. You didn't ask me to look for patterns, therefore I was not in the slightest. Does that make you uncomfortable? No, for many reasons. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? If I'm aware of them, sure. I also have to care about them. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? No, because that's far more work than I'm willing to do right now, and if it matters, you're going to tell me anyway. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? I might have accidentally clicked yes when I meant no on one of them, but other than that, yes. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? No, because you can't do anything, you're a game. Were you aware there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? Yes, because that's just how things work. If you're doing something, there's a consequence. Doesn't mean it's good or bad, but consequentially, hence the word, something happens. Are you wondering how these questions begin to take a strange turn? No, because I expected you to, so sorry. I have seen this game a long time ago, so vaguely know what it's about. Would you consider yourself captivated? Captivated? No, but that's kind of because I'm doing things. If I was just doing this by myself, I'd definitely be fully enthralled. At the moment, no. Very interesting. Would you consider yourself to be brave? That's one that's got a lot of meaning to it. I wouldn't say I'm overly brave. I'm not really scared of much. So, by definition, maybe. Not something I'd label myself. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? I would hope so. Kind of depends on what you're really gonna measure that as, but I'm definitely above some. And that's not an ego thing, it's just, have you seen some of the people out there? I hope I'm above average. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? Nope. Sorry. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? No. And if I'm really that interested, that's something I do in editing. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? Only a slight bit, just because I'm wondering how long it's going to take to record this for episode length. Technically, yes. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes, absolutely. I am extremely patient when it comes to most things. Not all. Do most humans annoy you? Yes, but that's by a sheer happenstance of course, just given the section that I interact with and see, which is not an accurate representation of what's really out there. So most, no. Of what I see, yes. But there's multiple reasons for that. Do you prefer animals to people? Who doesn't? You believe in magic? Yes, in the sense that magic is things we have yet to explain. There's plenty of things that happen that we have no explanation for, and until we do, it kinda is just magic. And also, Cheez-Its. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? Yeah, hitting the hard question. That kinda leans back to the we don't know. I feel like there's something, obviously yet unexplained, going on and influencing plenty of things. I wouldn't describe it as that, per se. I'm going to say no on this one, just because that one's a little more nuanced. That's a full-ass discussion right there, not a simple question. Do you fear death? No, merely the method. Pain hurts. Surprise. Don't want that. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No. No, I'm not. Did you answer that question with 100% honesty? Yup. Are you alone? Parameters, please. I mean, what kind of radius are we talking? In my room? Yes, I'm alone. In my house? No. In my mind? Have you always been there? I just noticed that. Interesting. And odd timing with the question, frankly. I'm going to say no, because if I were alone, I would have zero expectation of anybody talking to me at a given point. So currently, no. If I told you with the utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? Yeah. I mean, bugs. I'm sure there's a spider lurking around here somewhere. Have you wondered who I am? Very shortly at the beginning, because you do have the doctor mask not where your face is, so it is an odd setup, and you didn't tell me who you were, so kind of. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? Surprisingly, no. There is potential because it is somewhat chilly in here. Do you feel like you're being watched? At this moment? No. Hopefully later. Have you considered quitting this session early? No. No, I have not. Do you drink water every day? Plenty. Do you eat at least once per day every day? Pretty much most of the time. There's the occasional full day of, oh, I forgot. Do you realize that there's a high probability that you've missed a plethora of hidden messages thus far? There's a high probability of a lot of things that you could have done with all this text. Are you wondering what they are? Still no. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Nope. I could have found that out a long time ago, and I didn't then, and I'm probably not going to now. Is your favorite number 7? No. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. If you want to think about it like that, sure. Duh. But we can do plenty of things that last longer than us. So no, actually. The grand scheme of it all. Not that long. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? No. There are plenty of comparisons to be made. And you can compare anything. Doesn't mean there's a lot similar, but that means there's plenty of things that aren't similar, therefore, comparison. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? Yes, I did, actually. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Absolutely not. There are plenty of people that have done horrific things that just need to be ended. No chances. You can do anything you put your mind to. I mean, just as a nice positive mental attitude thing, sure, absolutely. By the definition of anything? No. I'm pretty sure I can't exist as a living flame, for example. So anything makes that a no. Realistically achievable things, sure, yes. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but you can get there. Obedience is more important than freedom. I think that depends on who you're asking, but, Underwater adventures sound like a fun time. Sure they do. I love water. I love being in water. I've enjoyed being in the ocean. And it reminded me who's in charge while I'm out there. And that's just on the surface. You go underwater, you have signed a contract that has a time limit. I'm good. I don't have a problem seeing things deep underwater and all that. I ain't got no megalophobia worries and whatnot like that. But the freaking cave divers, there's something wrong with you. Did you realize that the first letter of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? No. Of course I didn't, because I'm still not paying attention to that. Do you wish to be loved? Not at the moment. I'm good, but thanks. Have you ever felt hated? Who hasn't? It's called school. Do you have any addictions? Everybody does. Give me my bean juice. Do you dislike the color pink? I don't dislike any specific color. There are variations that are terrible, but that's a matter of taste. Does the color gray seem depressing? Not necessarily. It can be. I've seen a gray-themed office, and good lord, that place is sad, but it's not the gray's fault. Do you enjoy loud music? No. One of the things that makes me pretty sure I'm a little on the neurodivergent side. Do you like to dance? God, no. My body is not meant to move. Not like that. My body's meant to move things. I got that farm boy build. Nah, nobody needs to see that. Would you consider yourself normal? Not a chance. I am strange, and that's fine. Do you love your parents? Because you made it plural, no. Have you ever been lied to? Who hasn't? That's literally a cultural normal across anywhere. Parent lie to child to make child do thing they want. If you keep doing that, this is gonna get you. Boogeyman never came. My face, in fact, did not get stuck like that. Do you get angry often? No. But when I do, you might want to stand back. I'll become a hazard by accident. Do you hold grudges? Yes. Yes, I do, but nothing serious. Usually for fun, but backed by a bit of a reason. I hold healthy grudges. If you've wronged me, yeah, probably a reason not to trust you. Have you ever forgiven someone? Sure. I forgive a bunch of people. Holding on to it ain't gonna do you any good. Billy back in 5th grade, he's... What's that doing for you? Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but you still did anyway? Who hasn't? Plenty of dumb things that we do, even though we know better. Just drinking alone. It's technically poison. Yeah, let's party. Welcome to humanity. We specialize in going against nature. Oh, this pepper. It's hot. Every other animal in the world. Oh, shouldn't do that. Us. Hey, let's improve it. Have you ever lied? Again, who hasn't? You ever cheated on a test? I don't think that I did. Yeah, if anything, I was usually the one people were cheating off of. Not that that really happened either, but when it comes to tests, I was pretty good on my own. Well, that's reassuring. You don't know that. This could be the first time. What do you know? Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? That is a poor question. Flowers are part of a tree sometimes. Cherry blossom. It's a tree named after the flower. If you're gonna simplify the question of that, yeah, of course flowers are prettier because they've been made that way. If you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? I mean, maybe as a kid, but not really. Do you believe you have psychic powers? I definitely wouldn't say that, but there's definitely been some studies in that kind of suggest that we've got some other sense that we haven't quite pinpointed yet. I don't know that it's anywhere close to being like that, but we've definitely got some interesting reactions that we can't really explain. As far as psychic powers, no. Have you ever seen a ghost? No. No, I have not. Did my fair share of ghost hunting as a kid. Didn't see anything. Do you dream often? As far as I'm aware, no. Do you have nightmares often? Even less so. Couldn't tell you the last time I had what I would call a nightmare. You suffer from anxiety attacks? No, but I'm sure there's plenty of anxiety to go around. Suffer from depression? No, although some might like to say otherwise. I'm perfectly happy. Do you exercise often and stay active? I have video games. Thanks. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? Right offhand, no. I'm not a fan of coconut, but I don't despise it. I've had versions that I actually enjoyed. A type of food? No. Versions, sure, but as a general statement, no. I haven't found anything that I will not eat at least some version of. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Yeah, I guess. You ever felt betrayed? Oh yeah. Ever feel lost in life? How can you be lost if there's nowhere specific to go? We're all just in a void, doing our best. Can't really be lost. Do you consider yourself a natural leader? No, I just know what I'm doing, and sometimes people happen to follow that. It is by no means my intention. I don't like being in charge of people. It's a pain in the ass. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? It would probably be for the benefit of everything else, but no. You sometimes dream of being a hero. No. I ain't got that kind of drive. Have you ever been bullied? Again, school. Hi. Have you ever bullied someone else? Again, school. Not proud of it, and it wasn't anything mean, but looking back, yeah, it was definitely not the nicest sometimes. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? No. No, I'm a little more based in reality, which sometimes look a little bleak, but gotta stay positive. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? I'm sure I do. Probably not the best one to deal with that stuff. I'm a great shoulder to cry on. You want to talk? Take it somewhere else. I'm a logical problem solver. You do not want my emotional advice. Do you find space fascinating? Yeah. That is one of the biggest unknowns for us right now, and just the sheer scale of it. Absolutely mind-blowing. Do you consider yourself to be an artist? That's a stretch of the term. I mean, ideal in media. I wouldn't tack that one on there, though. You've seen what I do with graffiti. It's not good. I'm artistic in other ways. I can make a plate of food look pretty. I wouldn't call that art, though. Do you consider yourself to be a good friend? Absolutely not. You're doing the work if it's happening. I'm sorry. I'm a great friend to have around. It's the being around part that's my issue. Do you consider yourself to be flawed? Again, who isn't? Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous, egregious crime? Fantasized? Absolutely not. Having grown up with cops and true crime and all that on TV, yeah, you definitely think about it. Not that you want to do it, but just putting yourself in their place of like, why? How does one get that way? Sure. Thought about it. Fantasized? No. Zero desire to do anything like that. Wondering how the mind works of somebody like that, though. That's interesting. Do you believe in perfection? No, but damn if I don't try to get there. Translation of how I imagine things working out and them being there's generally a big gap, but you do the best you can and move on. You ever stolen from someone? Not intentionally? Oh, well, there's definitely been plenty of lighters that have exchanged pockets. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? Plenty of scenarios. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? I would probably tell somebody, probably not the people that should know, but I'm not sure. Probably, though. It might be one to get into later. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? I wouldn't call them dark secrets, but I mean, there's some stuff that stays to me and those involved. Some things that you don't need to talk about with anybody else. You trust me even though you know nothing about me. I have zero trust in you because you are a non-existent pixelized form, so yes, no doesn't really matter. There's not anything that can be trust between us. Do you know who I am? No. All the more reason that there wouldn't be any trust anyway. Well, I know who you are. Do you? If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? Yes, that would be astounding. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? No, you can tell me whatever you want. It's most likely not going to be true. Of course not. That would be silly, now wouldn't it? Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Yeah, I mean, who hasn't cried at a good old Sarah McLachlan commercial? Would you consider yourself to be romantic? I can have my moments, but again, that's just a messy history, so nah. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Technically, kind of. Again, goes back to school. Wouldn't call it a fight. Got pushed down, punched a kid 3 times, end of story. Hit somebody, kind of a fight. Short-lived. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Thankfully, no. My mom gets migraines and, woo, I don't want any part of that. Do you look at the ground when you walk? I mean, probably most of the time. It kind of depends. I'm used to watching the ground because there can be a myriad of things in my way because out in a country yard, sticks, dead animals, piles of dog, you kind of need to watch where you're going, so generally, yeah. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Would you ever shave your head? I have, and would again. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? No. Would you ever dance when no one is looking? Oh, do you ever dance when no one is looking? No. I might get a little shimmy in me when I'm cooking, but nothing I would call dance. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Sure do. Don't have one. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? No. Not that great a memory. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? No. There is no getting away with it. There's the eventuality of you will be caught. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? No, I don't think I ever have. You ever dream about falling off a cliff? No, not really. I mean, I've definitely had my almost falling asleep jolts, but never been any falling dreams, really. You ever dream about being naked in public? No. I don't think I've ever had anything naked in my dreams. Shame. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Absolutely. I love a good horror movie or game. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? No, I have a very dull sense of humor. Of course. Who doesn't love a good ha-ha? Do you like being the center of attention? Again, ironically, no. I don't have a problem with dealing with people, but I'm not the type that enjoys a fuss made about me. Do you feel like something is always watching you? No. That would suck, though. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? I mean, it'd be cool, but I haven't really put that much thought into it. Can't say I got a big desire to, especially nowadays. Definitely holding out on that one. You ever had an out-of-body experience? No, I've stayed inside. Have you ever punched a nun? Has anybody ever punched a nun? I'm sure it's happened. Hasn't been me. I don't know that I've ever even seen a nun. Do you like dogs better than cats? I know, but dogs are too needy for me. I need the cat's fuck off, I'm done with you energy. I get that. Do you prefer to read more than you watch movies? No, not a huge reader. Never have been. Read my fair share, but not my jam. Are you still wondering why I asked if you've ever punched a nun? No, I wasn't wondering why you asked it in the first place. Do you get starstruck easily? No. End of the day, everybody's just a normal person. Just because you're famous doesn't make you a good person. Plenty of examples out there. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Oh boy. Nightmare. Not really, but Definitely not on the top of my want-to-do list. If I had my way, I'm good. There's a reason for me to go, sure, no problem, but I'm dealing with it. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? No. My favorite part of my birthday is when it's over, but since I'm doing this, I might as well make use of it and shamelessly promote my channel. Seriously though, have you ever punched a nun? Like really, just bam, right in the face. Nun punch. No. Now I'm worried about you. Did you laugh? Yes. Yes, I did. Did you say what the fuck in your head or even aloud? No. Again, because I knew that was coming. Sorry to spoil it for you, but are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime? No. I don't want to punch anybody. Let alone a nun. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? I mean, if you're going by some of the qualifications that have been laid out for it, yeah, probably. But then again, so is probably 90% of the human population, so kind of a stupid rule set. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yes. Yes, I do. Because reality fiction games are weird. Do you masturbate frequently? Well, that's hardly any of your business. But no. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No, I'm not, actually. Thanks. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? No. There's nothing wrong with it. Just not something to be discussed at the moment. Is your mouth dry? Yes. Unrelated. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? No, because they're just words that convey emotion, and throwing a hissy fit about it is kinda dumb at this point. Sure, don't go do it in front of children. That's fair. If you're past 15, you've heard it all. Whoop-de-doo. Oh no, he said a bad word. Ooh. La-di-da. And if you don't think the word ass is funny, then you've got bigger problems. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? Well, it'd be a little awkward if I didn't, kind of. I mean, there's plenty of possibility that there's some creatures out there that we haven't seen yet. There's plenty of places that we still haven't even really explored, so yeah, there's some possibility of legendary beasts, as you would say, but as far as Loch Ness, Bigfoot, yeah, nah. Yeti would be even more likely than Bigfoot, but, you know, given all the evidence out there, it's a little rough to say anything positive on that one. I enjoy the stories and the tales behind things. It's on the fun of it. Are you poor with money management? No, not really. I mean, I haven't been in control of large sums of money, so depends on how detailed you were asking. Choose one of these numbers that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. I gotta go 11. Choose one of these colors that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Well, at the very moment. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most. Oh. Well, those aren't very nice. Sick. Sure. Still got some nasty nasal issues hanging around, so sure. Okay, now the positive side, I guess. Blessed, glorious, divine. Ooh, yes, quite divine. Luck, skill, strength, agility. Hold on, we playing Fallout now? Are we setting my special stats? I go intellect. I'm a very mental kind of guy. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? Yeah, kind of, sometimes. I have my limit. My Media Thoughts, the Mind Your Decisions channel. Definitely should check them out, but there's a certain point in their videos where it's like, okay, oh, yeah, you lost me. Not a big fan of the actual math behind it all. Do you speak more than one language fluently? No. I have shitty kitchen Spanish, and that's about it. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? I've barely been out of state. Sadly. Do you enjoy coffee? Very much so. I'm going to get me another cup before I film the next one in this series. Do you believe in demons? Biblical sense, no. As for what people usually refer to as their demons, sure, but that's kind of just classification, not in that sense. Same with that. Like, no. Are you afraid of sharks? No. I have a healthy respect for them and stay out of their yard. You prefer baths over showers? Did you miss the part where I said I'm 6'2"? Baths don't happen. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? I usually don't stick around long enough for it to give me a headache, but I usually don't. Definitely not a fan, though. Did you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? Yes, I did. It's because there's reflections from the road. That's unfortunate. No, yeah. It is annoying being this close to a road, but hey, it could be worse. It could be a train. Do you ever hear your name being called even when you know no one is calling it? No. Unless you talk about mishearing it, which, yeah, that'll happen. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? Yes, but for very obvious reasons. You put something in a place that you'll remember, and it is gone. Just vanished. Do you ever hear footsteps around when you're alone? Kind of goes back to the definition of being alone, but no. You ever hear random knocking noises around you? Yes, plenty. Again, country. We got critters around here. I woke up this morning to a bird pecking on my window. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? I don't really. There was definitely a point that I saw 1, 2, 3, 4 almost every day, but that was thanks to a terrible boss who insisted on pointing it out all the time. So when I do see that one, I'm not in a good mood. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? No, thankfully, and if somebody did, probably end up getting kicked. Do you have any pets? I live with pets, they're not mine. But yes, there are 2 dogs and a cat. Is your favorite color green? Don't really have a favorite color. Colors have their place. They work for some things and not with others. It very much depends. Even if your favorite color is green. Do you want a green car? Probably not. I don't have that much favoritism towards a color. I just like things that look good. Does it work well together? Are you attracted to a family member? Excuse you. Oh, fuck. If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? Yeah, obviously. My mother would beat my ass if I didn't make up for some of the debt. Just hear it now. Do you know how much I spent raising your ass? Yes, Mom. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? God, no. Absolutely not. You know what happens to dictators? Bad things. For very good reason. Do you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? I would not do well there. Or very well, I'm not sure. It depends on how many times I could stay in solitary. I'd probably be fine, but then again, just the way things go in there, I don't think anybody is ever truly safe. Do you like fishing? Yeah, I love fishing. Haven't gone fishing in a long, long time, but back in the day with Grandpa, oh yeah. You like hunting? Never been. Not so much a fan. If it's for food though, sure. Duh. You gotta do what you gotta do. And honestly, if you're not eating it, go fuck yourself. It's not a sport. Do you like camping? Yeah, I've been once. It was kind of a school trip, so it was camping with a class. It was definitely fun. Wouldn't recommend the turd on the paper plate in the fire, but... Do you like guns? I have no problem with guns, but again, goes back to country. It's kind of just the normal for around here. Plus, Grandpa was into trap shooting, which is very fun if you are dealing with responsible people that know how to handle them, obviously. So, guns for me are kind of a hobby more than anything, which, yes, is a fun hobby, so there's nothing inherently wrong with a gun. It's what you're doing with it. Duh. Are you getting tired of answering questions? No, but I definitely need another cup of tea or coffee. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? Everybody has their kinks. That's why they're called kinks. Unique. It's a weird little thing, which is weird to others and not you. It's fine. As I say, to each their own. Do what you do. As long as you're not shoving it in anybody else's face, whatever. It's no problem. I wouldn't say I'm anything overly weird, though. Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? They're definitely good indicators. It's a good place to start to get a feel. So, yeah, kinda. Do you always keep your promises? I'm not the most reliable, but I try. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? Of course not. That would be dumb. If you did it once, you'll do it again. Unless there has been serious, massive repercussions, you'll do it again. Are you an only child? No. Oldest of 3. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Used to. Not anymore. It's fine for back in the day. As long as you don't go overdoing it. Do you like tattoos? Yeah. There's plenty of dumb ones, but in general, yes. But even the dumb ones have their stories, hopefully. Do you enjoy being high in any form? Pretty sure we cleared that one up earlier. Do you believe you have a soul? Now, that's a real question right there. Because that pulls on a lot of different aspects. I lean very heavy towards the scientific answers to a lot of things, which hard to argue when you got facts in front of you. But this one kind of turns to we're still stuck in the philosophical debate of what does that even mean? Does it just boil down to the electrical impulses that fire and decide what we do or don't do? That's one that's going to take a long time to even come close to figuring out. So, is there a tangible thing that you would call a soul that we have? Probably not. Is there some sort of energy, force, whatever you want to call it, that may exist? Possibly. I keep an open mind. There can certainly be answers that science will never be able to explain. I'm okay with that. I take what information I have available to me and do the best with it that I can. Is it right? Hell if I know. Does it work for now? Sure. As far as soul goes, like a thing? Probably not. Did you cry this week? Yeah, not this week. Even though I absolutely destroyed my toe the other day. Are you upset with someone right now? No. Ain't got nobody to be mad at. There's plenty of things I could be mad at, but that ain't gonna do anything. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No. I ain't got anything to not be honest about. Do you understand how this works yet? You ask question, I answer. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions. It's about the time you spend answering them and the combination you answer them in. True? I actually have played this before, and I'm sure my answers have changed. It's about many different variables you'd never guess. You understand? Yes, that's what I've said for most of them. There's a lot of it depends. Are you wondering if the end of this test is coming soon based on the previous question you just answered? Yeah, and also it's been, over an hour and a half, so. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself, and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? See, that plays on whether you believe in fate, which I don't, but you can certainly influence the way things go. So, that whole, was this made specifically just for me? Absolutely not. Now, could this potentially be a absolutely life-changing moment for somebody that has sent them on their path that was different from what they were on before? Sure, that is a possibility. For me, no. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Well, being left entirely alone would suck. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of it, but it's not something I want. Are you afraid of dying alone? Again, that would suck, and not really afraid of dying so much as the process of. That's going to be shittier for those around me than for me, so not really. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? See, that's something to worry about. It's not something to constantly be worried about, but, yeah, at any given moment, a bird could fly and stab you right in your temple and you die. Is it likely? No. Is it out of the realm of possibility? No. There's always a chance. Doesn't mean they're good chances, but it's never zero. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? No. I am horrendously vulnerable. I have my back to the door. If I was on guard, it's not going to do me any good. Do you feel like I know you yet? No, because you've had absolutely zero input other than yes or no, and none of my explanations. So, you've gathered nothing, really. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? I hear plenty of strange noises constantly. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly. I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results, analyzing you very carefully, judging you. You don't know me. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. If anyone has been put in a box in this lifetime, it's you. And that just isn't a feasible thing to do with someone such as yourself. I think you know that too. Nobody puts baby in a box. You don't belong in a box. You belong on a pedestal because you are magnificent whether you understand it, realize it, or even accept it. I'm not a fan of pedestals. You might not like to think of yourself in that way for the fear of sounding or even feeling arrogant, but let's be real here. People look at you and your first thought is negative. You get uncomfortable. They're not looking at you for the reasons you think. They're admiring you. They're even somewhat intimidated. Well, again, that probably has something to do with being 6'2" and a large man. Kinda have a bad rap. You give off such a powerful aura about you that people straight up don't know how to handle your presence. They can even appear a bit standoffish at times, but that's not because they don't want to know you. They just don't know how to act around you. You're not like other people. You think it's a problem with you, but it isn't. It's a power to be admired, though it's often misunderstood. Unfortunately, it's often misunderstood even by you. Well, I can agree I'm not like other people. You need to understand that no matter what you do, not everyone is going to comprehend who you are and what you are capable of, both good and bad. True, because not everybody's going to be a fan no matter what, either way. You will, however, find someone who you can open up to completely, because they will be that special key to unlock the gate you keep so guarded. You need to do your best to open up, though. Make yourself a bit more accessible. Give people an opportunity to get to know you. They'd absolutely love what they see and hear. Well, I guess I'm kind of doing that, aren't I? You need to build some confidence, or simply fake it. They won't know the difference, trust me. There's some truth in fake it till you make it. If you can make yourself believe, it'll work for everybody else too. One thing you do need to be careful of, however, is trusting what people say and taking it to heart when it's negative. Yeah, well, good thing there's this thing called the internet, and I've seen plenty of the negativity. You need to take that with an entire pile of salt, not a grain. People who don't like you for whatever reason don't dislike you because there's something wrong with you. No. It's perfectly fine to not like something else. They dislike you because there's something wrong with them. That's not true. There's nothing wrong with them either. There's nothing wrong with not liking something. No one who truly got to know you could ever dislike someone so astonishingly in-depth as you. Stop it. One thing you need to realize is that you might not be as good as some people say you are, but you're definitely not as bad as people say you are either. It's important to live a healthy medium. True that. I am definitely a big supporter of balance, because the extremes are terrifying. If you don't understand yet, one day very soon you will. Yeah, I think I got a pretty good grasp on that a while ago. Your secret word is justice. Remember this word. This will come in handy. I will write that down somewhere. I forgot to hit record, but this was saying that if you take that secret word and leave it in a comment for any of their games or whatever, they've actually been using it to name some different characters and things in their other games, kind of as a time capsule for things to be remembered, which is really cool and awesome to see that 6 years later, they're still going. Every time we finish a game, we involve players in new games that are in creation. So this offer never expires, and you're always welcome to join us in years to come. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I hope this has been of some help to you, and if it hasn't, then hopefully you were able to pull something positive from the experience. This has been a fantastic project that I had no idea is still going. I'm very happy that it is, because we just got a brand new game in this series. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my philosophical ramblings. I'm going to check out the next one of these, and hopefully they're different enough that I can play through all of them. So if you want to see that, or you're still just wondering what the hell is wrong with me, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. Did I mention it's my birthday? Promise I don't do this often, but I think today I legally have to. But, as always, be nice to people, and remember, if you can't say something nice, go complain on Reddit. They have groups for you there.